the proponents behind Proposition 8 will fight to prevent and delay a resolution of this case. The first hour was about whether or not the American public could see what happened during that trial. And our opponents make the argument that somehow witnesses in a case that might take place in the future would be discouraged or harassed or intimidated, yet all of their witnesses testified on video depositions that are available on websites anywhere. And there was not one single shred of evidence that any witness would be intimidated by seeing by the American public seeing what happened in this trial. We are anxious for the American people to see what some of you saw every single day in this trial, the truth, and to see what the judge had before him when he was making his decisions, and to listen and hear, to see the witnesses actually testify under oath, and some of them subject to David Boies' cross-examination. They don't want you, the American public, to see the trial. They claim that they were somehow misled by the district judge. This is the first time a lawyer's ever said, gee, a judge ruled a certain way, and therefore it can never be changed, and I somehow relied on that, and so forth. They're saying that they do not want the American public to see what happened in this trial. Now, is there any good answer to the argument that the American public should not see the trial of a constitutional right of hundreds of thousands of Americans that 13 million citizens of California cared enough about to vote on? And this involves the Constitution of the United States. And they don't want you, the American people, to see it. What does that tell you? The other thing is that they're saying that inferentially, because they after a year or so after the trial, when they knew darn well the judge's sexual orientation, that the case should be thrown out and everybody should start all over again because he's gay. Which is, as David pointed out, I think, extremely eloquently, as did Terry, that would mean a black judge would not be able to rule on the constitutional right of black children to go to school, or women judges couldn't rule on cases involving pregnancy or abortion or planning for children, birth control, and things of that nature, or a person with diabetes or something like that, a hidden condition, couldn't rule on a disability case. Minority people can't rule on issues involving civil rights. That's what this is all about. And those things are completely peripheral and beside the point with respect to what the fundamental rights are in this case. But they're fighting so hard because they don't like the decision that this judge made, and they don't want you to see how fair and impartial and level-headed he was throughout the whole case in rendering that decision. Because if the American people did see the trial, the idea that the judge was biased would be out the window. So that's what we're fighting about today, and we're going to keep fighting, and we're getting very, very close now to a decision by this court, and very, very close to an end to this case, when we will vindicate the rights of the citizens of California to marry the person they love, irrespective of their gender.